Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tokyo Express. I was honestly going to be honest. I did not know if I was going to get any footage for this. But, I've been playing it on the Wednesday it came out. And the cruisers, okay. But honestly, I've been having a lot more fun in the Osborne and DDs. And I'll outline that why I think you should do DDs in this mode. Let me just make sure. Yep. We're going to go over it so you can basically kind of get a gist of it. Because, I don't really ever do the how to play it. Okay, locate and destroy 4 enemy destroyers. Okay, so there's 4 destroyers out there. Each of them has a heal buff. Keep your team out of the illumination zones, which are the yellow spots, or I guess you could call them brown spots on. You got to stay out of those. There's a reason I take a DD, because that illumination thing doesn't apply to me. Because I can go into those spots, because, someone's got to pick up the buffs. A cruiser can wait around for forever, waiting for, those to kind of dissipate. Whereas a destroyer can just say, we're a destroyer. We can just say, screw it, and we can just go in and do our duty, grab it, and pull back out. You're losing one of those, and then, of course, destroy 7 ships outside the illumination areas. But solid sap from the Osborne on the side, about 3,000 adds up. And I don't believe we get this kill. Nope, I do get this kill. But see, I'm just gonna go straight through the illumination zone because I don't give a rat's ass, and that's why I say take a destroyer, so that way you can just say screw it. I will say though, if you do take a cruiser, definitely try to stay out of it as much as possible. And I know there's going to be one of the DDs there. I know it's going to be there. HE on the Mitsuki. Switch back to SAP. I get 1 torp on it, not enough to kill it though, unfortunately. I just love seeing that. They can tell that I'm working on it. And then I just see salvos coming in. I'm like, why waste a salvo when you know the target's being worked on? It makes no sense. And see, that buff would... The team would literally have to wait forever for that buff to really happen, to the illumination to die out, and to go pick up that buff. That's a lot of wasted time. It's quicker to send 1 or 2 ships in, preferably if they're both destroyers, to grab the buffs, and then you as a cruiser stay out. But you see, there's 4 people trying to navigate those. And we are losing people. People are going into the illumination circles, unfortunately. Because there's just so many ships up there. There's no maneuverability. You see the Alabama and the Baltimore that are kind of just steaming along. But I'll be honest, I really have enjoyed this mode. I don't know why. I think just playing it in a destroyer is so much fun. I think it's more It's just more entertaining. You get to say screw the illumination, and you get to actually just kind of push in and just do your thing. And I think that's what makes it fun. I'm like saying, now Dazizia takes a torp there, and he's not doing too well. But remember, we still have those 2 heal buffs that got picked up. Now see that 1 heal buff that's sitting there. That heal buff is basically you can't pick it up. And yeah, I do spot the DD. I smoke up so that my team can't shoot it. That way it gives me damage. And we should see shots coming in, I think. Okay, no shots. I thought there were shots coming in. But also it gives me the ability to kind of smoke up, reevaluate, because I'm stuck between cruisers, and I'm trying to look at how do I want to do this. I've got to go into an illumination zone. It gives me kind of a little bit of time to really sit back and really think with that smoke screen I can turn off and on. And I've actually gotten really good with that smoke screen. And this op is really useful for these destroyers. So you can go dark, you can go quick dark. This Tokyo Express really does work with this destroyer immensely. Because, you know, I'm surrounded by enemies. I'm freaking surrounded. I'm surrounded by enemies. Now I do pick up the buff, and I'm able to engine boost back out. The bad news is that if I try to smoke up, guess what? My detection and my smoke actually goes up too. So I can't really smoke up and shoot. But I really do think that having this thing fully built out with the American Alexander Ovechkin really does me. I mean, I think there's only like 400 HP difference between having it, you know, the captain and not the captain. And this is without the flag. Remember, I'm not running any flags on this. This is pure just skill. Or not skill, but skill points and modules. And I'm like, I don't know if those torps are going to hit. Armor piercing comes in, and we get 2 torps on it. We get the majority of the damage right before the armor piercing shells come in. And I'm like, yes! Now looking at the kills, we only have 3. There's Zincia 1, Cleveland 2, Baltimore 3, Auckland 3, and Alabama 2. And we're not looking at the most damage. We're not looking great on terms of damage. It's definitely, the damage is definitely significantly lower than it was in Arctic Convoy. 100,000, you know, you could get quite a bit. Smoke up. I do love, like, the sound effects in the background. I just love that. It's like, when they hear, I'm like, in my mind, I'm hearing Grond, from like Lord of the Rings. Those deep beating drums and everything. It just kind of makes me think of that. I will say that this Musashi is probably the most accurate bloody battleship I've ever seen. I wish my Musashi had this accuracy. And I can't really smoke up. And I believe this is going to be a 4-star op. I believe so. I haven't been as lucky as pulling 4 stars. Or 5 stars, unfortunately. Honestly, though, like an Aegis, I'll take a 4 or a 3 star. And that's one thing I would like to point out about this op. Yeah, that does get annoying when you're in a DD. And like they pop all the flares off and our last 2 ships get spotted. And we were doing really good on that. Now I know the Musashi's there. I know it's there. And I'm like, okay, let's aim. We know where it's at. Let's aim below it. Let's try and aim a little bit below. And then I get another one pops off right on top of me, and I'm like, you gotta be joking me. Fortunately, I did not shoot, so I can go dark. Yeah, those torps aren't gonna hit, unfortunately. And also, do not depth charge yourself in this mode, because you will not see shit. I cannot see shit. I'm like, what the? I can't even see. Now we open fire because our torps have 16 seconds, and at this point, it's basically, you know, go for broke. I honestly thought that Baltimore would have actually shot it or rammed it. I would have went for the ram personally. I honestly thought we'll go for the ram. Cleveland does get that armor piercing to the side, and we pick it up just before the time runs out. I drop my torps right on the Mayoko, turn in, and I pick the Mayoko up literally at the last second. So we end up with 149k. Honestly, this is where I kind of am like, the damage is definitely on the low ball. It's extremely low. You might get some of those matches where you might get a little bit higher, and I'm sure Forgotten Void and Toxic and them will get probably cross a 200k threshold. But this is pretty much an average game for me. And the Osborne, I really do think this ship excels in this mode. We are top with 1353, 6 kills, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 3, then 3, then 2. That almost 35k on that DD really did help. That jumped our damage up significantly, getting that last bit of damage. But you see, we did destroy 3 target transport destroyers. And then, like, we mainly just did a bunch of damage to destroyers. That's all we did. And then looking at the damaged solid HE all across the board, nothing special. But I mean, Osborne, it's not a bad destroyer. It is not a super bad destroyer. It's not bad at all. It really does shine in these little modes. Randoms, though, or not randoms, but normal operations. You've seen the footage. I'm still really divided on, you know, its value in actual operations. I think it's more fun in these modes. Now, as far as profit goes, we aren't running any extra boosters, so we're only pulling like 200k. But, you know, we're slowly working towards the Christopher when it comes out. So you will get to see that destroyer when it comes out. So that destroyer will be coming, folks.